Everybody, what's happening? This is Jose Trujillo, the world's greatest living artist. I hope everybody's doing great. Oh, mucho amazing. As I am, I'm doing great. I'm doing good. I'm doing mucho bueno. Mucho bueno, baby. Man, I got so much stuff to do today. It's not even funny. But you know what? That's part of the deal, right? That is part of the deal. What's up, Emily? It's part of the deal. So I ate P.F. Chang's yesterday, right? Last night. Fuck, man. Every time I eat P.F. Chang's, my stomach's like, bleh. Not that I need to share that with you. I'm just saying, okay? I don't have anything against P.F. Chang's. It's just that I can't handle it. Can't handle it. And I order it too. I order on that DoorDash or that service on the phone, and I like to do that instead of going and picking stuff up because it makes more sense to me. But anyways, what's up, everyone? This is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist. It's not too cold, but it's raining today in the Arizonas, in the Tucson, Arizonas. It's raining. Oh my God. Da, da, da. What's up, everyone? I like how the phone says you waved at people. Yes, I did. I waved at people. I'm here in my studio, baby. I'm ready to work. We'll see how this goes, right? Who's ready for this? Huh? Who's ready for this? I say let's do it, baby. Man, I got so much stuff to do. How's it going, Claire? What's up? Art Neat Pat. I like that. Hey guys, so I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about. I'm just telling you guys to wake up. Wake up! You guys have probably been awake longer than I have. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about just getting shit done, guys. The monumental modern effing situation that we need to place our attention to as artists is to get things done. Get them done. This is something that I'm always preaching around town. My assistants know that. They start looking at me and they go, "Oh man, here he goes with that." So I added your wife to a friend. Facebook, Amazon, amazing individual. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, she's pretty amazing. And yeah, hell yeah, thank you. So I start talking about showing up and getting things done, and most people get this confused. Most people think I'm saying show up, get things done. As we say in Spanish sometimes in Mexico, a lo pendejo, right? Half-ass, sloppy. That's not how this is. Now, there is also the temptation to show up in perfectionism. You know? Show up in perfectionism, meaning if I paint the best paintings, if I make the best posts on, on social media, look guys, I'm going to tell you, if I make the biggest paintings, if I make the smallest paintings, if I make the brightest paintings, and on and on and on. Look guys, I'm going to tell you something, okay? You heard it from me. I'm going to tell you something. If you if you're trying to dial in by trying to figure out what is actually the thing that people are going to click with you, whether you're selling artwork to the direct consumer, you're marketing online, you're trying to figure out how people are going to pay attention to you on Instagram, or you're selling auctions like myself on eBay, you're auctioning work on eBay, whatever you're doing. I, Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist, baby, promise promises you something. I promise you something. I promise you something. If you try to figure your way through this, you won't get it. This is a game of numbers, quantity, plus good enough, plus more quantity. This is a game of a lot of strikes, a lot of batting. But you have to be somewhat good. If you're sloppy and you do quantity, it ain't gonna work. This is why spammers can't make it happen. You know? Let me see. Emily says, by the way, my testimonial following your advice, ever since I started buying ads and engaging more on social media, I had boosted my art sales from 5% to like 40%. Thank you. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Emily. That is very cool. Yeah, and you know, this is part of that, right? If you start doing more of what you're doing. The thing is that when we start going into doing more, many of us, when we start going into, oh my God, then that means I have to paint more? Does that mean I have to do more ads? Does that mean I have to do more of whatever? Yes, it means you have to do more of whatever it is working. We are sold this idea that we need to do less, greater quality, and less. I'll be the first one to tell you that is not how this game works. It has never worked that way. No game has ever worked that way. If it was about greater quality and less people, the Colosseum would have never been built. It was meant to get as many people in there as possible. If it was about quality and less people, Starbucks wouldn't be the machine it is. Or what am I drinking today? Brugger's Bagels. I drink Brugger's Bagels because it's close to me, and then midday I start drinking Starbucks because I can order it. Yeah, baby. If it was about how much quality, you could never get shit done. No one could ever get shit done. It's not about quality, guys. It's never been about quality. Never has it been about quality. It's been about talent, okay, or skills, whatever you want to call it, and numbers. Talent and numbers. It's the only thing it's ever been about. It's never been about anything else. And so people get confused and they're like, oh my God, I have to get good. No, you have to get the fucking job done, not get good. Good is not what you need. But we are mystified by this idea of getting good. I want to get so good that you don't need to get so good. You only need to get somewhat good. I'm not saying you shouldn't aim to be a great painter or whatever. I'm not saying that you should, but that is not why it's going to work. That's for your personal thing, for you. That is not why it's going to work. Don't tell me, I was watching the movie last night. My wife and I rented this movie called Hustlers with Jennifer Lopez, and that's the only lady that I remember from there. J-Lo, because I remember J-Lo from The Block. And I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I remember when J-Lo was like, I'm gonna be an actress, because J-Lo was like a backup dancer. I still remember J-Lo. She's a backup dancer. She's like, I'm gonna be an actress. And I remember laughing so hard because she just couldn't fucking act. Like, she was horrible. She was a horrible actress. I was like, my God. Maybe she still is. I don't know. But I know something. She's done enough movies. I guess we could call her an actress. Is she I don't know. Is she like Charlize Theron actress? I don't know. Maybe more. Maybe even a better actress than Charlize Theron. Because we know Charlize Theron as an actress, right? I knew J-Lo like as a backup dancer, and I think she also tried to be a singer. I think she made that happen too. You know, she made that happen. I was thinking about J-Lo yesterday. I was watching that movie. There were dancers, and Anyway, spoiler alert. It's cool. It's all right. It's more like it seemed like a Lifetime movie. It wasn't movie theater movie, but anyways, right? Whatever. It was a movie. I certainly didn't watch it in the theater. I rented it at home. But I was thinking about that. I was like, dude, J-Lo ain't that great. J-Lo ain't that great of an actress. But she made it work. J-Lo ain't that great of a singer. She made it work. Dude, I'll tell you who's not that great of a singer and made it work. A lot of people, including, top of my mind, Madonna. Madonna's singing. It's not mucho bueno, guys. You guys know that. Madonna is just cool. Man. She's just cool. Madonna's just been cool. She's an icon. She's an entertainer. She's like, yeah, Madonna, right? But she didn't have Freddie Mercury's voice. I'll tell you that. Paula Abdul. There you go. Yeah. They don't have to be so great, guys. They don't have to be so great. This is what a lot of artists are confused. They're like, oh my God, if I just, dude, Madonna could not sing. I mean, let's be honest. Let's just, come on, guys. Let's just be honest. She could not sing. But those beats, baby, those beats made the 80s music happen, right? And, you don't have to be that great. I'll think of someone else who, Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison could sing for shit. He could not sing at all. That poor guy. Fucking love him. Who didn't like Jim Morrison? Who didn't like the Doors? The guy couldn't sing. He was like, oh, he couldn't sing, dude. No way. No way. He was not Elton John. Let's put it that way, right? By the way, that Elton John movie, awesome. But he was not Elton John, guys. Jim Morrison was not Elton John. Jim Morrison just happened to be probably at the right place, but at the right time. Yeah, sure. But he happened to do a lot of concerts, at least while he was alive. He happened to do a lot of concerts. They happened to record a fairly good amount of music. And then boom, baby. Boom. See, so what I'm trying to illustrate here, I ran out of good examples, is if you're trying to be good to make it, you're going to sit there and wait for the rest of your life. This is not a game about being good. Look at the guy who could put a fucking banana with duct tape. Come on, guys. Let's be honest. This is a game of numbers. This is a game of numbers. And being somewhat good. You have to be somewhat good. If you just put numbers and you're not somewhat good, it ain't going to work. I've seen it. I've seen it over and over. A lot of artists put in the numbers. They're like, I'm going to put in all this work. I'm going to put in all this artwork. I'm going to put in all this ads. And it doesn't work. And the reason why, it's because it's not good. But you need both. Okay? You need both. How's it going, Norma? How's it going, Janet? You need both. You need to be good, and you need to have numbers. But if you try to focus on just being good, and you don't put in numbers, it's like you're horrible. It doesn't matter. Okay? It's like you're horrible. You could... If you try to paint like Raphael, Michelangelo, or any of the other Ninja Turtles, and you don't put numbers, you don't go and exhibit a lot, you don't go and show your work online a lot, you don't go and run ads and be on social media aggressively, and you're just a great artist, it's like you suck. It's like your artwork is no bueno. I don't care how good you are. If you are not being aggressive in numbers, your artist, it's like your art was never good in the first place. On the flip side, okay, if you're aggressive and your art sucks, and it's like not even a little bit good, it won't matter either. That's why we see a lot of people throw down the drain a lot of marketing dollars because they're like, oh my god, or a lot of energy. They throw a lot of energy. They're like, we think of them as spammers, right? People that are spamming all the time. They're like, oh my god, here comes this person and their artwork sucks, right? And But if the artwork is any good, a lot of people we think about people like Leroy Nieman or some of those guys, you know, some of those artists. Yeah, I'll think of Leroy Nieman, and we're like, his art is not that even great. Look, guys, have you ever? The average artist cannot paint like that, even though it looks so easy and simple. The average artist cannot paint like that. I know that. I studied his work. The average artist cannot paint like that. You have to have some serious talent. The guy has serious talent. It looks a little sloppy and it looks a little simple. I'll give you another example. Peter Max. A lot of people are like, Peter Max. Oh my God, Peter Max sucks. The average artist could not paint like Peter Max. Not the average artist. The guy had mad skills. He just did. A lot of people don't agree with me, but I've talked about this with a lot of artists. Peter Max has some mad skills. Very, very, like, it looks simple and it looks easy, but the average artist cannot do that work. Not the average artist. And definitely not the below average artist. The below average artist cannot do Peter Max work. He's got it. He nailed it. The simplicity and that color method and whatever. He nailed it. He nailed it. So what I'm trying to say here is that if you're not good, it don't matter how often you show up. But you don't the good news here of what I'm talking about, for those of you still listening, is that you do not have to be great. And that's where most people are confused. They're trying to be so good. They're like, I gotta be so good. You don't have to be so good. At some point, I made this mistake throughout my career over and over. I had to snap out of it. Like, wake up, Jose. Wake up. Because at some point, no matter how good you get, it means nothing if you don't get frequent. You need both. Okay? You need both. You need to get good and you need to get frequent. And I don't know what frequency looks for you, but you need to get frequent if you want this shit to work. Frequency could mean you need to get frequent on social media. Frequency could mean you need to get frequent on creating artwork. Frequency could mean you need to get frequent on art exhibits. Okay? On email marketing. On, I don't know, anything. Throwing postcards. Frequency could mean getting frequent on everything that I just mentioned to you. If you don't get frequent, doesn't matter how good you are. Like I want to tell artists, man, I want to help artists. Stop chasing trying to get good. Get frequent. At some point, it doesn't matter how good you are. It just doesn't. It don't matter anymore. That's why we see so many artists that are like, oh my God, the artist is not even great. Why are they getting paid so much? My first year when I started selling artwork, people were looking at me like, other artists that I knew, local artists and other artists that I encountered, they looked at me like motherfucker, how come you're getting paid $100,000 a year selling artwork and you are not that good? They would tell me in subliminal ways, right? But I knew what they were saying. Some of them told me like straight forward, right? Like, dude, it just proves that you just have to hustle. That's what one told me. You just have to hustle. Because what he was trying to say is you're not good, so you have to hustle. Right? And I was like, yeah, dude, but I mean, you got all this ribbons and shit, and you can't sell one painting. Not even one painting a week. With all these ribbons, what's going on? You know? So I started learning, I started paying attention. LOL. Yeah. I started paying attention, I was like, my mama didn't raise no dummy. I was like, hold on, let me see. I started thinking, right? I think a little bit, but when I think, fuck, I'm dangerous. I started thinking, I was like, I see what's happening here. I see what's happening. Does Starbucks have the best coffee? Hell no. Anyone can make a better coffee at home. Even if you don't know anything about coffee, you can make a better tasting coffee at home. Starbucks does not have a better coffee. Does Starbucks have a better cup of coffee? Like the cup, the way that it comes, is it better? Hell no. What's Starbucks doing that we're all drinking that shit? I started thinking. Now again, I don't think a lot. Very simple guy, but when I think, I'm pretty dangerous. I was like, I see what's going on. Starbucks made it easy for everyone to drink coffee. Starbucks is in every corner. Oh, Starbucks, you did it again. You proved my point. You don't have to be the best. At some point, you have to be frequent. You have to be frequent. You don't have to be the best. And so my little gears, I have some little gears in my head. Little gears start spinning. And I started paying attention. So I started, it's like getting some goggles that let you see the truth. And I was like, oh, I see what's going on. So in my mind, I was like, I thought I was like that dude, what's his name? Was it Tom Hanks? Or who was it? In A Beautiful Mind? I was like, I'm so smart, right? But it was just little gears, just little tiny gears running. But in my mind, I was like Tom Hanks. Was it Tom Hanks? In A Beautiful Mind. I was like, I was seeing numbers everywhere. I was seeing numbers. And it started making so much sense to me. I was like, that artist is not so great. That artist exhibits a lot. As a matter of fact, that artist is average. Average. You know? Russell Crowe, thank you. I don't know why I started thinking about Tom Hanks. I fucking love Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is good. The Terminal, that's my movie. I know Forrest Gump, but The Terminal. Man, The Terminal's... Talk about character. Yeah, Russell Crowe. Dude, Russell Crowe. I love Russell Crowe, too. Well, he's acting. I don't know about that dude. He seems a little... but his acting is good. So yeah, I started looking with it's like I got some goggles on that let you see the truth. I was like, oh, I see what's going on. That artist right there, they kind of suck. I mean, let's be honest, they kind of fucking suck. Why are they selling so much? Truth be told, I'm one of those. Why are they selling so much if they're not that great? And people get upset when I say that I'm not that great. They're like, dude, you're always saying to believe in yourself. How come you say stuff like that? I'm like, because I'm not trying to be Raphael, dude. I quit that job. I'm not trying to be Monet. No Monet, dude. Fuck that guy. He's dead anyways. I don't want to be that guy. Nor I want to be Picasso. I just realized something. If you just get good enough, okay? If you just get good enough and you get frequent, you become dangerous. You become dangerous. Was Kim Kardashian the most beautiful, person on social media? I don't know, but I remember seeing her show that she was afraid she was getting carpal tunnel for using the phone so much. So many selfies. By the time you and I and everyone else caught on to selfies, to the selfies, I wanted to call it selfies because I was going to say selfish. To the selfies, by the time we caught on to them, Kim had already made them famous. She had already ruined her hands taking so many photos. By the time you and I catch on to something, someone else already went hard on it. But the thing is that we're trying to get good. That's why it takes us a long time to catch on. We're trying to get good at it. I sincerely believe that. Thank you so much, Tina. I'm pretty good. But I don't focus on that. I'm more frequent than pretty good. I'm more frequent than pretty good. Frequency makes me dangerous. Pretty good? I know other artists paint much better than me. I know I paint like a lot of other artists in subtle ways. But I get frequent. And when you get frequent, people start seeing those little nuances, those little things, those little hidden gems. Am I very unique? Of course. But it doesn't matter if no one pays attention. You know, it doesn't matter if no one pays attention. People are looking at my paintings and they're like, well, whatever. But if you get enough people looking at them, all of a sudden people start looking deeper, right? They go, wait a minute. I see what you're doing. No, look, it's really got something, the texture of the paint. And they start paying attention to you. Okay, that's why we glorify musicians, right? Oh my God, Jim Morrison, what a poet. Jim Morrison was an average fucking poet. You know, if you compare him to any other poets, any other songwriters of the time and today, there's thousands better poets. It's just that Jim Morrison showed up more. He showed up more. He was like, well, if you're not showing up, I'll show up. You know, you show up a little high, but he definitely showed up. And that's worth something. Miriam says, but you consistently paint, which is consistently practicing, and that is the key to improving. You're killing two birds with one stone. Absolutely. Absolutely. Always kill two birds with one stone. Kill 3 if you can, or 5 or more. But definitely at least 2. When you're always creating, right? I tend to kill 3 with the same stone, usually. When I'm always creating, I'm always recording, right? And so I'm getting the job done. I'm promoting it at the same time, right? Getting the job done, promoting it, and getting slightly better every painting. Every painting, I just slightly better. I'm not intentionally trying to get slightly better. It kind of happens by itself. It's the natural progression of anything, right? You start getting smoother with it. You start understanding. You start making the job easier for you. And when the challenges arise, right, it's not so much a big challenge. It's not so much a big challenge because you learn how to smooth it. Yeah, 3 is even better. Yeah, I always tell people, like, if you're not using your hands, record yourself. You know, like when you're painting, like you're using your hands to paint, get your phone and record yourself. Record yourself. Put it on YouTube. Or put it on whatever, you know. It doesn't cost you anything. You're not doing anything. You don't even have to talk. Just record it. Because every video that you put on YouTube, this is if you're not good. If you're not a good YouTuber like myself. I'm not a good YouTuber. My YouTubing skills suck big time. But I'll record myself and then I'll put it on YouTube. Okay? Had I not done that, a week later, I would not have 1,000 views. It takes me about a week to get 1,000 views. It takes a long time for me. But I don't care. Because I think about it this way. I'm like, 1,000 views a week, huh? So that means if I do 30 videos, right? That's how I think. That's the way I think. I'm like, one video, 1,000. I don't go, oh my God, I only have 1,000 views. How can I get 10,000 views in the same video? I don't think like that. I'm through thinking like that. That kind of thinking bothers me. I'm like, I got 1,000 views. Could I make 30 videos? Right? Could I make 300 videos? That's how I think. And that's life-changing. And it also liberates you from trying to figure something out. See, because most people are trying to figure stuff out. They're like, I got to figure it out. No, you don't. You got to get frequent. If you get frequent enough, you'll start figuring things out by luck. It's like luck. It's like, oh, okay, I see. All right. I see that if I post this at 6 p.m., okay, more people see it, right? It starts happening by luck. Oh, I've noticed that every time I paint, because you're doing so much, right? But every time I paint and I put the video like this, and horizontal instead of vertical, more people pay attention. Oh, okay, but it doesn't really change. This is something that I figured out of doing. It doesn't really matter whether I put my video. A lot of people complain, but it doesn't really matter views-wise if I put my video vertical on YouTube or horizontal. So I was like, if it doesn't really matter, because I've done hundreds of them, right? Hundreds of different ones. I'm like, if it doesn't really matter in the views, then who cares, right? So this is what I started doing. Instead of just recording myself to put it on YouTube, I started recording myself on Instagram. Genius. But not because I'm genius. It just happened, right? Out of doing. Started recording myself on Instagram. So now I get 10 people watching. By the end of the day, I don't know, about less than 24 hours, about 40 or 50, sometimes 60 people have watched the video. Not bad. Not bad, right? But then, right, then what happens is I get that video, it's saved on the phone, and then I upload it to YouTube. And because it doesn't really matter whether, so I upload a lot of videos like this, vertical, right? And so, had I not done that, I wouldn't have 10 people watching my videos every single day. But now you might think, well, what's 10 people, right? But I don't think like that. Remember, I'm through thinking like that. So I was like, well, 10 people are watching. Could I do 5 videos like that a day on Instagram? Because now I get 50 people watching, right? Like, could I? And by the end of the day, each one of those has at least ranked up 50 people watching. I was like, wait a minute. That's like at least 300 people. At least. Sometimes I'll do more, but at least 300 views. Not views as in, well, I was looking at it. No, views as in religiously looking at it. A lot of people that look at me look at it religiously because I do it so often that it becomes this. It's not a lot of people. It's little. You know, remember my little gears? I talked about little gears. Little numbers of people. But if you think about it this way, you might think, well, what's about 300 views a day on your artwork? People watching you paint. Well, it means nothing if you don't multiply it by 365 days of the year. At least 300 days of the year. It don't mean nothing. When you start multiplying, you start realizing, remember my little gears? I don't think much, but when I think, I'm fucking dangerous. Because it's simple stuff. It's not that difficult. It's simple. So I could have spent a lot of my energy trying to figure out how to get more than 10 people watching. Yeah, and sometimes I spend energy on that, don't get me wrong. You know, sometimes I go and I'll spend 5 minutes on that. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. You know, maybe if I talk about stuff, people actually want to listen, you know. But for the most time, no, I don't focus on that. That's why I'm a little vulgar sometimes. People say, man, I can't stand you saying so many bad words, because I'm not looking for everyone to like me. I'm just looking for that small group of people to like me. I'm looking to repeat it and multiply it. That's all. I am not Joel Osteen. I cannot get everyone to be like, dude, I love that guy. Can't wait for his message, you know? I'm not that dude. I'm not Oprah. I cannot get everyone to like me. Nor I want to, right? I don't think everybody likes Oprah or Joel Osteen, but I'm just saying. They have huge platforms. I don't have a huge platform. I got about 30,000 people on Instagram, and probably 29,900 don't really give a fuck about what I'm doing, you know? Because that's really what it is. I mean, let's be honest. If they did, there would be 30,000 people watching this right now. Let's be honest. Right? So no. But that's kind of how I see it. So anyways, guys, my name is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist, and I hope that I was able to bring some value. I hope that I can share this video on YouTube. I might be able to share it. Yep. All right, guys, take care. Go do it. Get it done. If you try to get it right, you can go sit on the benches, on the bleachers with the rest of the people that are trying to get it right. This does not mean be sloppy. Don't get sloppy, but you don't have to be perfect. That's what I'm trying. That's okay. Please understand that. If you're sloppy, you're not going to be liked. People are not going to pay attention to you. It's not about being sloppy. It's about being good, but frequent. That's all. Have a great day. Thank you so much, Miriam. Thank you so much, Aaron, Tina. Man, I gotta read these videos. I try to give as many pearls of little wisdom as possible. Un abrazo, Pintor Francisco. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You guys go take care and get that job done, all right? Adios.